Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to talk about the topic of software engineer versus network developer. So, first thing first, you need to ask yourself the questions, what is your main motivation? I know a lot of folks considering being a software engineer just for higher TC. If you are in the Bay Area, you may know that software engineer is the king comparing to other fields in IT. So if money is the main driver for you, then sure, go ahead. Go get started by either a standard computer science study or coding bootcamp. Then you are good to go. The time to take for becoming a software engineer is rather different from person to person. Safe to say that someone who is good at mathematics or algorithm, it will be a lot quicker. But in general, no matter of your level, you will have to put in a lot of hard work on practicing and cracking those LeetCode style of interview questions before even getting any job. Realistically, all I have to say is that software engineer is not for everyone. On the other side, if you are just like me, interested in networking and software development in the network domain, the network dev is for you. The network industry is changing. The traditional vendor CLI workflow of a net admin like 10 years ago is gone, especially for ISP scale of network infrastructure like Google, Amazon, Facebook, or Microsoft, where you will find tens of thousands of network devices. So it is impossible for those devices to be managed manually. And also, you may have heard about the idea of network hardware openness, meaning decoupling the network hardware from vendor software, such as from Cisco, Juniper, or Arista. Take a look at Facebook or even Amazon. They have custom network hardware supply chain to drive the cost down for the infrastructure. On top of that, they just unify all the custom hardware to run Linux, which is again open based. So now you may wonder what it takes to become a network developer. The first item I want to talk about is network certification. Is it still relevant? The answer is not so much, but it is still better than nothing. Nowadays, a paper certification can only get you an entry level job if you don't have any real world experience. Also, like I said before, since most of the service provider network is a mixed vendor environment, so certification is not that really matter comparing to hand-on experience. Essentially, all you need to have instead is to have a solid networking fundamentals. For example, like master at switching and routing, data center designing, or architecting. The next item I like to talk about is operating system knowledge. A good understanding on operating system internal could help you in a long way. Not only it would help you to manage and troubleshoot network system more efficiently from the operation standpoint, but it also help in network tool designing, like how to make better use of system resources. So I would suggest to begin with Linux because it is mature and mostly adopted in any open networking. Two of the most popular open source networking OS, Microsoft Sonic and Cumulus, they are all Linux based and can be run on bare metal switches. Languages. Usually, languages can be broken down into two different types: the interpreted language, like Python, or the compiled language, like C, Java, or Golang. The differences between them is that compiled language is faster than interpreted language. This is because any compiled language written program will need to be processed and translated into machine-readable binary format as first step. When it's ready to run, it won't need to pass for any logic or syntax error. On the other hand, interpreted language written program will instead be processed, parsed, checked for error by the interpreter at the same time as it runs. Also, you have automation wrapper language like shell script. Shell script can come in very handy when you need to port language from one to the other. So, what do I need as a network developer? Python is an easy language to pick up comparing to other compiled language like C, Go, or Java. The good thing about Python is that there's already tons of library out there that have done all the hard work for you. You just need to know how and where to use it. Also, depending on what the network system or tools you are working on, you will need compiled language like C or Go. Performance-wise, they are actually faster. That's why a lot of open source system is built in compiled language, especially C. Like what I'm doing day to day as a network developer, the level of programming skill needed is a lot less comparing to a software engineer. Usually, a software engineer specializes in solving problems around business logic with complex data structure and algorithm. As network developer, also depending on what you are working on, but generally, automation is flow and linear based, meaning there is no complex logic involved. For example, think about how to automate the process of making a network change. Also, there are cases where you would need to develop a tool that is based around open framework, like Ansible. In that case, you would have to adapt to its own syntax. Overall, I would suggest to master a certain area if you can, like different ways of sorting, queuing, stacking, hashing, regular expression, and concurrency. Mindset of automation. Once you get started with any programming language, try to develop a mindset of automation. Whatever you do that you find repetitive at work, automate it. With time, you will get better. CI or CD pipeline. Try to put all the automated processes or workflow together by leveraging with CI or CD toolsets, for instance, Git or Jenkins. It would help you to cultivate an efficient and maintainable ecosystem around your managed systems. Okay guys, that's all I have for this video. If you have any questions, please leave it to the comment section. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.